Fear. It's probably the biggest obstacle in your life, and it's standing between you and everything amazing that you want to become, do, and have. So here are 3 mindsets in the form of really wise sayings that will help you to defeat your fears. And we're going to look at each one, dig into its wisdom, and then I'll share with you some practical action steps to help you to use that saying or that idea in the saying. First one up.
Named must be your fear before banish it you can.
That's the worst Yoda ever, isn't it? But that's from Master Yoda. What did he mean by named must be your fear before banish it you can? Well, we give names to things that we know really well. When we call someone by their name, it means that we have a closeness with them. We know them so well that we can describe really minute details about them and how they look with our eyes closed. So Master Yoda was saying that in order for you to conquer any of your fears, you need to know and understand them with crystal clarity. Your fear needs to have a name, and you need to be able to describe what it is in detail. The more details you have, the more easily you'll defeat it. So why does this matter? Well, you may have convinced yourself that not looking at your fears and running away from them actually makes them go away, but the opposite is actually true. Because what happens when you avoid fear is that the fear becomes more mysterious and unfamiliar to you, and doing this gives life to fear of the unknown. And the more your fear becomes unknown to you, the more it will paralyze your ability to defeat it. And this is why naming and describing your fear is so awesome, because it shines light on those fears and you can see them for what they are, and that drains them of their power against you. So how do you use this? Well, you just simply want to do a brain dump of all your fears. Get a piece of paper and a pen and empty your brain of all specific fears that you have related to money, success, relationships, responsibilities, failure, germs, activities, and so on. So write down as many fears as you can without stopping until you can't think of another one. And that's it. Your list might include things like, I'm afraid to open my bills because I don't have enough money. Or I'm afraid I'm going to die in a plane crash. Or I'm afraid to speak in public. Or I'm afraid of getting lost while driving in a big city. Again, capture any fear that you have about anything and keep going until you've exhausted your ability to come up with any more. And when you're finished writing, simply read each fear out loud and then say, but even though it scares me, I take action. And this is a very, very liberating exercise. And if you do it, you'll notice an immediate shift in your level of confidence and belief that you can begin to conquer those fears once and for all. The second saying to help you defeat fear is, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And this is by Joseph Campbell. And what did he mean? Well, he meant that you have areas of your life that you want to improve, sometimes significantly. And that's the treasure that you seek. Now, to get to the treasure means that you're going to have to do things in your life that you've been afraid to do. In other words, while improving your skills is important, facing your fears and living through them is the only way that you can get to your treasure. So why does it matter? Because it's easy to assume that the things you fear in life and any feelings of pain and discomfort associated with them are signals that there's something to be avoided because they're dangerous in some way. But you won't ever be able to get to the treasure you seek until you can see those fears as opportunities as you move toward them. This means that if you want to have better relationships, there's a relationship-related fear that you're going to have to face first. Or if you want your finances to improve, there's a money-related fear that you're going to have to face first. So how do you use this? Well, realize that each time that you experience the feeling of fear, that you're going to fail, you're going to lose something, you're going to face a truth that maybe worries you, instead of interpreting that awful feeling of uncomfortableness as a reason to turn around and go back to a feeling of comfort, see it as a signal. And that's the key, a signal that you're moving closer to your treasure. See the treasure you want in your mind's eye, and then do the uncomfortable thing, which will move you closer to having it. The third saying that will help you defeat fear is, feed your faith and your fears will starve to death. Now, I don't know who wrote that, but it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So what does it mean? Well, it means that the poison of fear has an antidote, and it's called faith, which is a strong belief and confidence that you can overcome and do anything that you set your mind to. And the more that you strengthen your faith and believe that you can accomplish your goals and dreams, the more you weaken the power that fear has over you. So when you strengthen one, you weaken the other. Why does this matter? Well, it matters because you may be devoting so much time to feeding your fear and giving it strength by regularly thinking about how awful it is and how it makes you sick and how worried you are about it, that the fear is having an overwhelming influence on your motivation, your decisions, and your beliefs. So instead of feeding your fear like this, which you often do without thinking about it, you need to intentionally spend a lot more time feeding your faith by flooding your mind and your emotions with anything that convinces you that you really do have the ability, the desire, and the resources to achieve whatever it is that you want. Well, since feeding your faith involves what you feed your mind and emotions, you want to regularly connect with examples of success, whether they're your own or someone else's. So you can do this in 3 main ways. 1, spend 3 to 5 minutes creating a written list of your accomplishments, no matter how small they are. Write down every success that you've ever achieved in life, from learning a skill to raising a kid to taking a vacation, everything. Write it down. Number 2, track your successes. So anytime you achieve a goal or a dream, add it to your accomplishment list that you just made in step 1. And the great thing about this is that each time you add an item, you automatically get the opportunity to review all your previous successes as well. It makes you feel pretty good. Number 3 is you want to read and watch stories of success, which means finding inspiration by reading biographies and watching movies and videos where people overcome obstacles and fears. All of these are a great way to feed your faith, which will starve your fears. So go ahead and write this down. To defeat my fears, I will 1, identify my fears with crystal clarity. 2, look at the feeling of fear as a signal that I'm moving closer to my treasure and move toward it. And then 3, feed my faith by tracking my successes and finding inspiration in the successes of others. Go ahead and print this screen and use it as a reference on your journey to a big, happy life. If you found this video valuable, please go ahead and like it, share it. And if you want more videos just like this one, please subscribe. And thanks for watching.